Lab-grown diamond prices have gotten so low, you can now buy a 1-carat diamond ring over at Walmart for $2.99.
And DeBeers, the diamond giant, is being attacked by the monster it created.
Literally. But Yetis, happy engagement season to all those who celebrate. If you haven't done it yet, by the way, your secret's safe with us.
It's spring.
Yes.
Spring is typically when we see a pop and getting down on one knee.
Diamonds, they're a girl's best friend. But lab-grown diamonds, they are a fiscally responsible best friend.
Because get this, the price of a lab-grown diamond has fallen by 90% in 6 years.
We repeat, a 90% lab-grown diamond drop. Jack, what exactly is going on here?
With a lab-grown diamond, you don't have to wait millions of years for Earth to create the diamond.
It's a highly scalable product, like a software. You don't have to mine lab-grown diamonds either. You can make them in a lab in 1 to 2 weeks.
And they're identically the same as a natural diamond.
Which leads to this wild development in the engagement industry.
50% of engagement rings today have a lab-grown diamond in them.
In fact, for the studs market, that lab percentage is even higher.
Yeah, a single diamond stud earring. Odds are that diamond was born in a lab.
He didn't go to Jared's, he went to Walmart.
And to quote your best friend's engagement post he just made on Instagram, lab-grown diamonds just did a thing.
But here's what we find fascinating about this story, Yetis. The 90% drop in lab-grown diamond prices has completely changed the engagement economy.
Specifically, we need to introduce the $299 engagement ring at Walmart.
That's right, the Walmart $299 ring bling du jour.
This is wild. Yetis, when Nick and I got engaged...
Not to each other, just to clarify. You may not know that, to be honest, but we actually both have wives.
The price back then of a 1-carat pretty nice diamond was $5,000 or $6,000.
It was more than pretty nice. I saw Alex's ring. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, Jack. Because that diamond was mined from Mother Earth by DeBeers, the 137-year-old diamond Goliath monopoly.
But today, Walmart is selling the same exact stone for $299.
Walmart dropped a diamond dupe 95% less than what we were buying for the same chemical quality diamond.
Nick and I bought them in 2017 and 2018. Now they're 95% lower price.
Well, let's jump in T-Boy style to the financials here, Jack.
Such low prices for the best stone on Earth? Walmart's diamond sales tripled last year because of it.
Which leads to the wild news we noticed over the weekend.
DeBeers, the diamond giant, is shutting down their lab-grown diamond business.
Now, Jack, I'm going to need you to grab a rag and, dust off some context for us for that statement, please.
DeBeers is the world's biggest natural diamond provider. In fact, they historically had a monopoly on natural diamonds. They controlled all the mines.
But interestingly, because they were afraid of being disrupted, DeBeers launched a lab-grown business 6 years ago.
But today, with the flood of lab-grown diamonds in the market, dropping prices by 90%.
Yeah, the margins, they were just too small for DeBeers to make a profit on their lab-grown gems.
So they're shutting down the lab-grown business and doubling down on natural diamonds.
In fact, DeBeers even tweaked their tagline to adjust for the new engagement economy.
For 100 years, they said diamonds are forever. But now the tagline is forever present.
Basically, Jack, it looks like they're marketing time as part of their value proposition.
Both backwards time and forward-looking time.
It honestly reminds us a lot of Hermes, because Hermes points out that their Birkin bags take 30 hours to make.
The suggestion here is that time makes the product superior.
So Jack and I took a lot of time, and we whipped up this takeaway. Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddies over in the diamond industry?
DeBeers created a monster, but that monster got out of its cage.
Literally. Yetis, wild reveal Jack and I waited to share until the end. Guess who actually invented the lab-grown diamond?
DeBeers did.
Yeah, DeBeers.
In 1959, DeBeers figured out how to make a diamond in a lab.
Here's the plot twist. For 50 years, DeBeers basically tried to keep that a secret in order to protect their high prices on natural diamonds.
They didn't tell anyone about lab-grown diamonds because they wanted to protect their profit puppy, the $10,000 natural diamond.
What Jack and I are saying here is DeBeers is Kaiser Soze. That's basically the moment we're
They did it!
They did it!
They did it to themselves!
DeBeers, they only sold lab-grown diamonds for industrial purposes, like laser cutting other diamonds.
But eventually, some scientist figured out how to make a diamond in a lab, and started selling them as jewelry.
So De Beers finally caved just 7 years ago and started selling lab-grown diamonds.
But get this, Yetis, another plot twist, according to Bloomberg.
Yeah.
When De Beers entered the lab-grown diamond business, they did so intentionally at a crazy low price.
And why did they do that, Jack?
To, and I quote, create a clear divide in consumers' minds between traditional and lab-grown diamonds.
Well, looks like it worked. Probably too well for De Beers, because the diamond industry, it's now in crisis, flooded by man-made stones.
De Beers created a monster in a lab.
Literally.
But then, it got out of its cage.